And then I became this battle rapper, and then I became a top battle rapper, and then I started doing some of the things that were hailed as the best, and it took me years to even pull out and realize that I already completed the dream, right?
Wow.
And then it took years to even step back and check, what does this dream even do for me?
I think it's time for you to spread your wings and fly. There is no time for you to make no alibi.
Two, one. Ladies and gentlemen, what's good, what's good, what's good? Welcome to another edition of 52 Tuesdays with your boy J Vega 360. This is a new season. We took some time off. We had to revamp. We got things popping again. Shout out to my man Mike from SIKPCs for the best in gaming computers and streaming, man. I'm telling you, if you want that stuff, my boy got that work, man. You're going to have to holler at him. That's our official sponsor. And you know what? Listen, man, we kicking it off. We doing it real, real big tonight. You know what I'm saying? We changing directions. Tonight, ladies and gentlemen, we got Mr. Mike P. Mike Pulice, right? Yo, I heard that they call this dude the Ryu of battle rap. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Not only is he a sensational battle rapper with like over 10 years in the game, 26 battles to his credit, been on some of the biggest stages with some of the biggest artists in the game. And he's doing this thing, man. The dude really made a name for himself. Not only is he an ill battle rapper, not only has he touched the scene and really made a name for himself, but he's also really big in the gaming space as well. So now, you know, from what I understand from my man, he's telling me that he's going to bring together the best of both worlds and create something unique that you guys have never seen before. And I think that's what's going to be a credit to his success. So 52 Tuesdays, my people out there, give it up for my boy, Mike P in the building.
Yo, Vega, what's poppin', bro?
Yes, sir.
That's the best introduction I've ever heard in my life, man. I appreciate you, dude.
Yeah, man. Listen, man, if we're going to do it, we're going to do it right. You know what I'm saying?
Hell yeah.
Yeah,
hell
man.
Yeah.
So,
what's up with
you know,
man?
now everything is good, man. Like, you know, we was talking behind the scenes real quick. And one of the things that I said is that, you know, most of the stuff that people want to know about Mike, they can go on the internet and they can find out about Mike. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to the rap stuff, when it comes to the gaming stuff, all right, yeah, people have done interviews on that. But it's like, yo, let's get to the real. Let's get to the meat and the potatoes, you know what I'm saying, behind who Mike P really is. Let's talk about who Mike P as the man. You know what I'm saying? As a father and as a husband and you know, the behind the scenes things. Give people a peek into your life that they might not otherwise see. So that way people can distinguish between what's real in the game and what's not. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I seen you break that down in one of your other interviews. And that's why I was drawn to this subject, because I said, you know, this dude is really grounded. He has a really good sense of reality. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
Because a lot of dudes,
I like to include that in a lot of what I do. Yeah. I'm a fan. I'm a fan of reality.
Yeah, you know. So start with us, like, you know, give us your background, man, your backstory, coming up as a kid, growing up in Long Island. What was it like for you?
Yeah, I mean, in the beginning it was a little bit rough. You know, I did a lot of bouncing around as a kid, you know, before I kind of really settled in Belmore. Right after like 7th grade, I had lived in so many towns, like during you know, like the beginning of my childhood. So, you know, a lot of moving, a lot of like new kid at one school for, you know, a quarter of a year, and then you go to the next school and the next school, and you know, so there's a lot of bouncing around. You know, not the prettiest upbringing, but I felt like I settled in 8th grade. You know, really like the first time I'd ever moved somewhere and stayed there. I lived with my mother for most of my life, and it kind of just got to a point where it was so rough, you know, because she was struggling, and it was rough to kind of like struggle with her and be so young, and my dad kind of had it more like together, and you know, would always like invite me, you know, whenever, you know, he'd always say the door's always open. I felt like by 8th grade I'd failed 7th, and I felt like it was just time to kind of make that move. So I moved to my dad in 8th grade and moved to Belmore. And Belmore is where I kind of first had like my first stable friendships. You know what I'm saying? You become friends with people and and you're not afraid of having to go somewhere else and lose those people again, and you know what I mean. So and I ran into a guy in band class in 8th grade. His name is Marlon. And my boy Marlon, shout out to Marlo Demore. He would always freestyle. He'd walk up to you, he'd make fun of your clothes, he'd make fun of what you was wearing, he'd diss the teacher, he'd do stupid shit like that. And I'd always been infatuated with writing. I have a musical history in my family. My dad is a ridiculous musician and writer, and his father was as well. So I've always been interested in writing and stuff. And I don't know, he kind of just inspired me to want to rap. I just wanted to rap. I was always a huge fan of rap since I was a kid, since as far back as I can remember. And I remember I started writing in 8th grade, started rapping in 8th grade, and just took it from there, making music a lot. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, Long Island was tough in the beginning, but it really settled out the second I started growing a little older.
All right. So it seems like you're used to having to make a name for yourself. You know, every time you move from a new school to another school, new school, it's like each time you gotta reintroduce yourself. You know what I'm saying? Let people know who you are. Let them know you here. You know what I'm saying? So
right, which I mean, it would vary from town to town. You know, sometimes I would move and be so overwhelmed by moving again or moving so fast that, you know, I didn't want to introduce me. You know, there were times where I was in school and I wasn't the cool person, or I wasn't being friends with nobody because I didn't even think I was going to be able to be friends with someone long enough, you know, before I had to move again. And then, you know, back then it's like, you know, we're talking about like 93, 94, didn't have all the crazy cell phones and, you know, easy ways to communicate with people. So it's like when you moved out of town, like that was pretty much it. You know what I'm saying? Like there was no really like reconnecting with people back then. So, you know, that took a toll. So there'd be times where I would be a new kid and I would want to be known and I would want to make friends. And then there'd be times where I was a new kid and I wouldn't. So yeah, it varied from place to place.
Yeah. So would you say that, you know, that moving around and you know, being introduced to music, you know, you think that right there, you know, fueled a lot of your early content in terms of the music you was making at that age? You know, because your style progresses, your lyrics progress,
right.
You know what I'm saying? Your delivery progresses over time. So we talking about back in the days, Mike P. You know what I'm saying? Before he ever knew that he would be at this point. Because there's some young dude out there right now that can relate to your story saying, man, that sounds just like me. You know what I'm saying? And he's home writing in his notebook, taking his pen, you know what I'm saying, and putting his pain on the pad. You know what I'm saying? Not knowing where it's going to take him.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, and that was like the best part about it, like the curiosity when I first started writing. I had never, still to this day, I will never write as much as I wrote when I first started writing because I was so interested and so obsessed with it. I was writing like 3 songs a day, 14 years old, 13, you know what I'm saying? Just like rapping about whatever, things that don't exist, things that never happened in my life, things that I talk about, but I'm too young to even really have a good perspective on, you know, I'm just rapping to rap, you know, but the difference between like making music or even listening to music, hip hop in general, is that it never moved when I moved. I could move from town to town and still listen to DMX. I could move from town to town and still listen to Pac and listen to Eminem and all the, I mean, and it varies. It's not just rap. Like I listen to all types of music, but hip hop really took me in like early. So it was one of those things that always stayed, and it just felt like I would never lose it. So I feel like I developed a bigger relationship with rap off the strength that it was something that I didn't have to worry about losing.
Yeah. You know, it's crazy because I just listened to, you know, one of the questions I was going to ask you is, who are your influences? But when you say Pac, when you say DMX, and you say
Pac,
Eminem,
dude, yeah,
you know what I'm saying? But this speaks to who you are as an individual.
All storytellers,
but
open
they were
books,
always very in tune with who they were as individuals.
Right. Those guys, and I draw closer to artists that have the ability to step outside of themselves and check themselves when needed and evaluate themselves. And I think that's one of my biggest attributes in my battle career. That's why I always improved, because I was never gonna convince myself that I'm this good or I'm, you know what I'm saying? Like there's always improvements. And then even when it's not necessarily about you, you still use that outlet to get certain things out that are going on in your life and be, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or like music doesn't have to be, about you. It could be about other things, but like you still use it as an outlet, almost like a therapy.
Yeah, yeah, very therapeutic. They say that,
Yeah.
one of the best ways, to deal with things is by writing, by journaling. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And for a
Right.
lot of dudes, that's what their music is, especially early in their career when the dude come out and he's hungry and you could tell the real ones from the fake ones, when they put
Yeah,
their music
100%.
down, you know what I'm saying? And you
Right.
could tell when the dude puts his all into his first album and that thing pops, you know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
And they become instant classics. You know why? Because that was that person's pain. That was that person's process. That was everything that they had to go to up to that
Right.
point to get to where it is that they wanted to be. And a lot
Yeah.
of people, you know what I'm saying, like in this fast food society we got where,
Yeah.
everybody thinks that you become an overnight success because it doesn't happen that way. You've been
Right.
you've been
Right.
battling for what? Over a decade.
Yeah. Yeah.
Over a decade.
Yeah. Yeah. 100%.
You understand what I'm saying? So a lot
Mhm.
of people don't know the work that it takes behind the scenes, the years of the blood, the sweat, the tears, the heartache, the pain. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
The high points and the letdowns, just to get to where you are today, to where you can get to a point to where you can share your story to inspire somebody else that might want to do what you want to do.
Right.
That might see Mike P and say, "Damn, I want to." You know what I'm saying? Homie inspires me. I want to do that. So we're
Right.
using
Right.
this
Right.
platform as an opportunity for you to talk to that dude. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
share your
100%.
experiences and really give him a sense of hope to say like, anything is possible. It really is. Did you ever think it
Yeah.
would be possible, moving from place to place throughout Long Island? And Long Island ain't no walk in the park.
No.
You know what I'm
No.
saying?
No.
Like,
Not at
yo,
all.
don't get it
Not.
twisted. You know what
Listen,
I'm
they'll
saying? Like,
forever get it twisted because it's not one of the boroughs. But Long Island is
yeah,
not the place to fuck around with
it's
people.
it's
Yeah,
not a, it's
that.
not a
Yeah,
walk
it's
in
not
the
a.
park.
It's not the nicest place. Yeah. Yeah.
And
It's beautiful, but there's certainly parts of it that yeah. Yeah.
mm-hmm.
100%.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? So, when you think about that, man, and what you had to overcome to get to where you are, and then like you said, this is something that is key. Like you said, you're always hungry. You're always looking to improve. You're always striving to get better. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And a lot of times, young people, they get in the game, they think they nice, you know what I'm saying? You might have a couple people big you up, you get some
Yeah.
followers, and then you lose sight of who you are as a person.
Yeah, there's no
And
longevity in that for the most part. Yeah, for a
yeah.
lot of people, there's no longevity in just kind of blindly, yeah, just like hitting lotto and then still hitting lotto, just still getting rewarded. Like it's just not feasible. It's not sustainable.
Yeah, that sounds like some bars right there. I don't know. You might have to.
I'm about to write that
put,
down.
yeah, yo, listen, man, I got an ear for it.
I got a show next week. I still got material to write.
Yeah,
I got a
listen,
show I'm in Boston next week.
I got an ear for it, man.
I got,
Like, yo, you gotta tell dudes stop playing lotto. Mike P ain't no scratch off. You know what I'm saying? Like, chances of losing are great. You know what I'm saying? It's highly likely. You don't want to mess with Mikey. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, that's what I'm talking about. Go
on,
bro.
I feel you,
Go
man.
off.
Nah, but just the energy, man. The energy that you bring, especially on stage. You know what I'm saying? Like I see you here behind the camera, and I'm like, yo, this is a different dude than the dude you see on stage, man. Like,
yeah, that's happened for so long. Especially you show somebody that doesn't really like know what battle rap is about. They're like, oh my god, you're such a different person. But what's crazy is like, I don't know, like that's something I can't even control, man. Like I don't even know I can't even explain to you how long I've been telling myself like before battles, like, yo, chill out, like don't bug out, like keep your cool, you know what I'm saying? Like don't get too crazy. And then I still get crazy. I can't help it.
Yeah, that's like me behind the camera. You see me, I'm normally, I cut hair, I'm a barber, relaxed dude. But if if you're gonna turn the lights on, you know what I'm saying? Then we're gonna give you the action, right? Because they say lights, cameras. So it's like it's up to us to bring the action.
Because, and there's a lot of different sides of you too. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm a mostly very calm individual. Have I been brought to places where I'm fighting or getting crazy or yelling? Like, yeah, absolutely. Like that's just battle rap is really just a channel for a lot of, you know what I'm saying? Like just things that I don't even understand that are in me that come out. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, and it's just competition. I'm a really competitive person. Yeah, I'm a competitive person too. So I want to look like I'm beating your ass too. You know what I'm saying? Like I want to play the part like subconsciously.
Yeah, and that's the good thing though is that because you said writing was therapy. Battle
Yeah.
rap is an outlet.
Yeah.
You guys listening to what was going on here? Listen, man, we ain't no regular podcast. You know what I'm saying? Like we really trying to help people, that might be going through something right now at the same time. Because when you get caught up in this chase, you get caught up in this grind, man. Like, yo, it really messes with you. It tests you, Life on its own will test you and tempt you. So, Mike found therapy in writing. He found an outlet in battle rap that gave him an opportunity to express things that was going on the inside of him. Now imagine if he didn't have that outlet, if he never was introduced to rap, if he never became a battle rapper. Can you imagine him having to harness all that rage? You know what I mean? And having to live his life like that? Like, yo, I seen homie blow up on stage. Like, he turned into the Hulk. It's like Hulk smash. Like, and I'm like, damn, like, you know what I'm saying? Homie just got brolic on us real quick, But that's kind of like the same thing, like being here. Like, you got to have an outlet, you know what I'm saying? And for a lot of people out there, that's what their music is. That's what, and it's like, focus on that part of it. Don't focus on the success. Don't focus on being the man, and don't focus on, like I'm popping, I'm this, I'm that, because your work is going to speak for you.
Yeah, the success is like, it's like a bonus that comes with what it's really about.
Is it really, though?
That's like it.
But is success really the bonus?
I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I still try to figure it out sometimes.
I
still try to figure it out because success, there's a lot of different levels to it. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And there's a lot that comes with it. Like, success has its own problems attached to it.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, 100%.
That's what I was getting.
Yeah, a lot of
at,
people chase it. A lot of people chase success, and a lot of people get drowned by it, and
a lot of people lose their honor. A lot of people sacrifice their integrity. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, man, I've seen it happen.
A lot of people go against their character. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And then you still got to swim in that circle and conduct business because this is how you're eating now.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
When in the beginning it wasn't like that. In the beginning it was for the love.
Where you start seeing the dollar signs, and then you start seeing what kind of things you do generate more of those dollar signs, and then it just then out of nowhere, like, you have no idea who you are or who's around you.
Man, that's really crazy. You know what I'm saying? Because I experienced that. I'm not gonna lie to you. I experienced that. And to be honest with you, to be completely honest with you, that's why I shut down last season. Because I started getting anxiety and, you know what I mean? Things that never bothered me before starting to bother me. And I'm like, yo, like, what's going on here? I had to pull away from the scene to reassess, to make sure that I kept my integrity in check, that my values were still in place, and that I didn't lose sight of what the goal was. Because the goal was always for the benefit of the people. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
And that's what we do at 52 Tuesdays. We unpack people's personal success stories to find the underlying principles. You know what I'm saying? But the obstacles, the hardships, the pitfalls, and we like to share the entire journey so that way people can get a complete picture of what this thing really looks like. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, it does have its rewards, but sometimes it's really not all it's really cracked up to be. You know, because along the way, there's sacrifices that have to get made. Because in order to hold on to something you never had, you got to let go of something that you've been holding on to.
Right.
You know, and it's a very fine line, you know, between you know, making deals with the other dude in order to get what we want. Because sometimes what he asked for, you know what I'm saying, is going to be so near and dear to our heart.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That our lives are going to begin to suffer in other areas as we thrive in this area of success. Can you relate to that?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, for me, I feel like even in battle rap, like, the success is different, where it's like, there's also sometimes in life where even finding success, you have to be able to evaluate how much that even affects your life. You know what I mean? There's success in, like, winning a game of tic-tac-toe, but is there longevity in your life from winning that tic-tac-toe game? You know what I'm saying? Like, there are certain dreams that you chase, and sometimes you gotta, sometimes, like, I feel like I chased battle rap, and I obviously had it because I was such a big fan of battle rap before I became an artist, and I looked at it as bigger than it was, but I didn't know. And then I became this battle rapper, and then I became a top battle rapper, and then I started doing some of the things that were hailed as the best, and it took me years to even pull out and realize that I already completed the dream, right?
Wow.
And then it took years to even step back and check, well, what does this dream even do for me? All right, well, I've done this thing. Okay, all right, I did this thing. I succeeded. I became this person that I wasn't even trying to be. I was rapping when I was 14. I didn't have my first on-camera battle till like 2013. And at that point, I was like 24, 25.
Wow.
So I was rapping for a decade before I even like begun to do battle rap. Completely fell into it. Wasn't even something that I looked at and I was like, I want to be this. But after like the first year, I was like, okay, this might happen, right? This might happen is so much bigger of a thought than that the effect of or the impact of it actually happening. Because then it happens and then you look back and you're like, all right, well, where's the longevity in this? And you start to realize, and then that's an even tougher thing to evaluate because a lot of people want to hold on to things that they finally reached and it has nothing to it. You know what I'm saying? And not even realizing you got to kind of like monkey swing to the next branch. Like, all right, you got this branch. It helped you from falling. You cannot stay on this branch. Wow. You will fall. Your weight will break and you will fall. You have to find the next thing, whether it be a relationship, whether it be your how you wake up in the morning, what time you wake. You know what I'm saying? There's so many things in life that that like being successful in. It's like the guy in the NBA that is important and you can't see it on paper. It's not the RBs, it's not the assists, it's not the points, it's these little minute details. And as I've gotten older, I feel like it's these details that are more important in my life than that thing that the lights are on. You know what I'm saying? You could throw a light on anything.
I call that the Draymond Green effect. it doesn't,
right,
his numbers don't look good on
talk.
paper, but you see how much he means to the team.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You see that now. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't mean to interrupt on that, but
no, it's completely, it has everything to do with what I'm saying right now. Like maybe sometimes like eating the Wheaties is more important than being on the box. Like that kind of thing. You know what I'm saying? Where it's like just because you're slapping some lights over something, and it's enticing, doesn't mean you got to be the fly in like, you know what I'm saying, that gets zapped. Like don't fall for it. Once again, what we were talking about before, being the ability to step outside of yourself and evaluate yourself and evaluate everything else that you're doing. Like not only what you're doing in it, but what it is that you're doing in the first place.
Mm-hmm. So you talk about that, having the ability to step out of yourself, right? And how do you think that influenced you in the gaming world? Because like I'm not a gamer, but like as I sit and I watch, like dudes really get into this. You know what I'm saying? You watch a live stream, man. Like dudes is really in the zone. They really in the element. You know what I mean? And it's like, you literally become a different person inside of that space. You know what I'm saying? Like, and like me, I'm a part of the metaverse. Like I rock with the metaverse. Shout out to Upland Metaverse. You know what I'm saying? If you ain't into it, check us out, man. We're going to be streaming 52 Tuesdays in the metaverse pretty soon. Mark my word. You know what I'm saying? We're going to be there. We're going to bring the culture to the metaverse. Mark my words. So, but I'm just saying, like, but, when you get in that space where, you're literally moving in an alternate reality when you go into a gaming space.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you're transcending. 100%. You're transcending from wherever you are, and you're fully immersed into that world.
Right.
So now I can see how you can fuse the two together. Battle rapping,
dude,
stepping outside of yourself, gaming. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Vega.
I think where you're going is genius, man.
Vega, let me ask you something. Is there any reality? Is there anything that is normal about standing on a stage with cameras in your face and bright lights and people in a crowd and people watching from home, and you have 3 aggressive man poems standing across from another person that has 3 aggressive man poems for you, and you have to yell and do all this shit? There's nothing normal about that. But you know why you make it seem normal? Because when you're actually in it, you completely black out. You completely black out. I remember, who's it? I think it was Billy Joel. You know Billy Joel?
Yep.
He's like a great artist. He used to have stories where he would black out when he would get on stage, not from drugs or alcohol. I'm saying like just autopilot, right? Like autopilot. And he would get off stage and someone would go, man, when you swung that guitar around, during that song, that was crazy. And he'd be like, I don't even remember doing that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, you have to completely check out. It's the same thing with gaming.
Wow.
When you're gaming, you're gone. You're not in like the reality, because it's like, all right, I have to do this. I don't even have time to think about this. I just have to immerse myself in it. So it's the same thing with battle rap, and it's the same reason why I improved as a gamer from playing as a kid to improving as a battle rapper playing as a kid. I always have the ability to step outside of myself and go, this needs to be better. I need to center myself more. When I'm looking at a battle and I'm going, I should have looked left at that point. Why am I monotone during this? I was supposed to chord that bar. I need to stop doing this thing that I'm fucking doing. I need to stop doing that. I need to take more breaks in between haymakers. I need to look at the crowd more. I need to look at my opponent more. It's the same thing as me and COD playing one game and going, I need to work on my centering. I need to learn how to corner better. I need to learn how to not be so jumpy, and I need to be more patient. I need to learn how to jump and strafe more. And you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's what improves people. A lot of things are God-given. You know what I mean? Some people have like natural talent, but it's the improvement on those talents that are like completely up to you. And I just happen to have that ability where I'm like, I could always check myself and improve.
Yeah.
It's a direct correlation. It's the same thing. Battle rap and gaming is the same thing. I love it.
Deep.
I love it.
That's deep.
And I'm a baby right now in gaming. Like I conquered battle rap. I feel like I beat battle rap. I did everything I could possibly do. I'm going to continue to be the guy. I'm going to do my side missions and all that stuff. But now I'm really looking at gaming and the same way. And I'm just like, all right, this is it. Wow. This is the start. Wow. This is the start.
Wow. Well, I tell you, man.
Apply the same mentality, and I should be in gaming the same position that I am in battle rap. If I apply the same mentality, there's nothing else that needs to be done.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Well, listen, man, they might have to cut this out, but I'm going to put this out there for you. Listen, man, on Upland, you can build layer 2 games on top of that metaverse. They got developers, they got everything. Like they're building like a super metaverse. And right now there's different games that are already built on top, layer 2 games built on top of the metaverse. You might want to look into that, man, because, when it comes to the creation and stuff like that, if you got a vision for it, there's always a team out there that can help you build that.
Yeah.
And they're looking for
I've
people
never
to
been
do
on
that.
Metaverse. I'll definitely fuck around with it.
Yeah, and now what you can do is you have the ability to be able to stream live in the metaverse. So, maybe you might want to do your streaming, you know what I'm saying, while you're gaming in the metaverse, and then you could charge people rent to come to your property, and you just streaming like, yo, it's crazy how they doing this thing, but it's the infrastructure is already there. You know what I'm saying? And it's still, a lot of it's still in beta, but like, yo, I got the plug for that in the resources. So, that might be something that you might want to do down the road. You know what I'm saying? Because streaming in the metaverse is going to be really, really big.
Yeah. I'll look into it for sure.
Yeah, it's going to be really, really big. Yeah, because, you look at that, a lot of it is being copied and being imitated off what you see on those games. As we get ready to emerge into the virtual reality and the augmented reality, you know what I'm saying? Do you see yourself anywhere in that space in the future? As gaming begins to, evolve and grow? Or is that something that's like, nah, we ain't rocking with that?
I've never looked into it. I've never been too interested, but I mean, it could be something that is so big at some point that it'd be impossible not to. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm such a Call of Duty guy. Maybe Call of Duty starts doing something with augmented reality. That would be the most fired shit ever. Being able to VR and making it fully capable of running around Call of Duty. I mean, that would be absolutely crazy.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie to yo, when I was watching your videos, as you're playing the game on the big screen, I don't play these games. I'm not a gamer. You know why? Yeah. My nephew started beating me in Madden back when he was a kid, and he used to talk junk to me, and I was like, yo.
Checked out early.
I was like, yo, man, early I can't, you know what I'm saying? You can't be. So I was like, yo, I'm done. Because then you had to be pressing too many buttons, too many X, Y, Y. Yeah, so I was like, yo, I didn't have the brain capacity for it. To be, your brain really got to be in tune with those controls in order to make some things happen.
Yeah, you gotta have a good breakfast to get some good games in. Yeah, that's what I love about it too, man. It keeps you sharp, dude. Keeps you sharp. Keeps that cognitive function going, man.
And
It's
it keeps
good.
the kid in you alive too. You know what I'm saying? Like the
Oh
creative
yeah,
portion. You know what I mean?
hell
Because
yeah.
as a writer and a gamer, I know that you have that creative bug. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying? Like
yeah. That needs to
your
get
mind just
fulfilled in some, yeah,
yeah,
in
it
some
connects to
type of way.
possibilities. Yeah, man.
Right, right.
Yep. And I know how that is. You ever wish you could turn it off? Like sometimes does it drive you so crazy to the point?
Yes, so I could go to sleep. Yeah, dude. See these dark circles? I'm only 34, man. I gotta.
Yo, when I was on my grind last
Oh,
year,
it's
man,
the
I
worst.
would look at myself in the mirror and I'm like, damn, son, you looking bad, B. Like, but I'm up all
Oh,
night. I can't
lately,
sleep.
dude. Dude,
Like it's
yeah.
just
Lately, I've
ideas
been
in my
looking at myself like, damn, bro. Like,
yeah,
you gotta fucking step it up, dude.
you know.
Yeah,
So like,
it's tough. It's hard to shut the brain off. 100%. I say, just fucking thought after thought after thought after thought for as long as I could possibly remember, and it you know, they always like joke like you got to be crazy to be an artist. You know what I'm saying? Like
mm-hmm.
artists are the crazy, but it really is a part of our brain that just like it's just it's annoying sometimes, but it's certainly you know, it's helped me get to where I'm at so far. So
Yeah. So on your journey to success, have you ever had to have like dual responsibilities, like hold a job and battle rap at the same time, or
my
you know what
whole
I'm saying?
career.
Your
My
whole
whole
career?
career, I've
K-
always been a normal ass person, yeah, and I'll be the first to tell you, battle rap is not a multi-million dollar industry, like not even close. And the leagues that pay you, I mean, if you're talking really just one or two, it's really just like older MCs that are grandfathered in that just get that check because they always got that check. It's a tough. I mean, trust me, I've gotten for a long time thousands and thousands of dollars per show. It's for sure amazing, but it's nothing you can live off of.
Yeah.
I've held a job up until, well, you know, I partnered with Caffeine TV for, I did like a 3 year like 160,000 like deal, and that was the first time in my life from 2020 to 2023, at least since I've been a teenager, that I didn't work. I
Wow.
just completely, I started a family. I did the whole nine. I just like wanted to feel what it felt like to like not have a job, or at least me be my job. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Like I had to
Mm-hmm.
set my schedules and do my streams and stuff like that. But for the most part, yeah, you always have to have something on the side. I can't tell you one person that I could say confidently would ever live a year as a battle rapper, strictly just a battle rapper.
Yeah. See, so for you
There's a
young
couple
heads,
guys that get big ass
no,
checks,
I believe it. I
100%.
believe it.
There's battlers that they battle like twice and they're set for the year because they get like 40 fucking, you know what I'm saying, like 40K per battle. There's a lot of those guys, and you
Yeah.
battle enough, you know, they'll add up, but there's not a lot of those checks getting thrown around. There's
Yeah.
really
That's
not.
what.
It's 1% type shit compared to
That's what we
everyone in
say.
battle rap is like 1%.
Yeah, that's what we say in the barber industry. Everybody want to be $100 barber. Like, those are
Right,
those
right,
are
right,
those are few and far between. Most guys,
right.
they're $40 to $50 barbers. Some dudes is $25 barbers. You know
Yeah,
what I'm
yeah.
saying? Like, a lot of times we see the pinnacle of the success, and we think that we should automatically have rights to that. And I'm not saying us, but I'm speaking to that young person out there that's, aspiring to do this.
Right.
It's okay to have a job and still pursue your dreams.
It's damn near necessary, man.
You know
It's
what I'm
just like for
saying?
better living. Yeah. Yeah.
Yep, and it's okay to have something stable while you're working on your dream, So don't ever discount that and think that, because you see guys, they up there, they got all these view counts and they got all these followers that, behind the scenes, they don't have the same responsibilities that everybody else has. And
Right.
Mike is a
Right.
clear example of that. He's giving y'all the real. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? A lot of dudes out there ain't doing that. They only gonna give you what they spitting on stage. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They only gonna give you the facade. My man Mike P is giving you the real, man. He's being very transparent about what this thing really takes, about what success really looks like. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
And
So
dude, that's for me, man. That's always been my favorite thing. I've cried on my stream. Do you know how many fucking people wouldn't dare? You know, how many people like
mm-hmm.
artists would shut the camera off or cut the stream immediately. You know what I'm saying? Like I've showed tears for my fans. I've because it's literally my life. It's my life. You're watching. You have the ability to watch somebody try to make a living for themselves. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people get confused with that. They see entertainers as just entertainment, and it's like because you see them along with a large group of people that are also watching them, that they just have it made, that they're just these, because they're famous, they have fortune. There's a big, I didn't understand that there was a reason why they separated fame and fortune. There's a big, I didn't understand that why aren't those two words just one word?
Teach us.
If I get famous, then I should be rich, right? No. You know how many famous people are check to check? Like, there is a big difference between fame and fortune, and it took a long time for me to realize that. Yeah, for sure, 100%.
Wow.
Yeah.
I watched on one of your interviews, right, where you were saying it's not about the money to make, but knowing what to do with the money that you make.
Yes. Yeah.
You know,
100%,
and you said that was something
100%.
that you wished you had learned earlier in your career. But when you said that, I said, okay, this guy gets it. He gets it. You know what 100%. I'm saying? Like,
and it took me not getting it. You know what I'm saying? It took me not getting it, or not hearing someone like myself being able to like sit me down early in my career and be like, yo, save every fucking penny. Think about what you want to do outside of your dreams. Do you want to own a fucking taco truck? Do you want to own a this or own a that? Like, think about that, and then use this platform that might be a trampoline that bounces you to the stratosphere of something else, but this isn't going to cut it. Just this is not going to cut it. You have to do more. 100%.
Yeah, I like the analogy of the trampoline. You know what I'm saying? Because either you can bounce one time and hit the stratosphere, or you can keep bouncing over and over and over again, trying to get higher and higher and higher and higher.
Yep.
You know, and that was a great analogy of what it's really like. Of what it really is. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, 100%. And it's
or you could jump to the springs, wear out, and bust right through it, and hit the ground. You know, because or you can jump and fall off the side and hit the ground. Because there's times where you're going to jump and you're going to hit the ground. Right.
And it's crazy because like that's for everyone in life. But for someone like an entertainer or me, it's like, yeah, you get to watch that. Y'all got to sit there and watch me fail or succeed. That's fucking crazy. I get more nervous thinking about that than I do like just being myself. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
that's a crazy thing. You get to watch me fall or succeed every single time I step in that ring or on that stage. What the end result literally determines my next step. Literally tells my audience, everyone that doesn't fuck with me, everyone that does fuck with me, where is he going next? Every single time. That's a lot of shit to deal with, man. It's a lot of shit to deal with mentally, and yeah, man, dude, you just gotta go through it. You gotta go through it.
You have to. You know what I'm saying? They say, yo, if you're going through hell, why stop? Then you're gonna be stuck there. Just keep going. Eventually, you'll find your way out.
Through. Yep.
You know what I'm saying? If you're going through hell, why stop? Because you'll be stuck there. Keep going.
You're already there.
You will find your way out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, 100%. You'll start to realize the map. You'll start to realize the roads in hell and how they exit and how to get out of it. And yeah.
Sure. So do you feel comfortable talking about some of your pitfalls that you've experienced on your way to success, to where you are today? You know, maybe one or two instances that somebody out there listening to could probably relate to, you know, and find some type of comfort in whatever it is they may be going through at this moment.
Yeah, I mean, dude, you know what's crazy is like, you know, there's times in my battle career where you'll see battles and you could just tell, like, it might sound like a joke at first, but it's like, if like the way that I'm dressed and like whether my hair is cut or not, you could tell why I lost a certain battle, because something's going on in my life. For me, like how I'm going in life is usually, it has been at times like a direct reflection of certain performances, and then there's been certain performances that have completely, you know, affected my career. Like, I mean, I've had bad beats before, you know what I'm saying, and I've had great performances through really tough times in my life. You know what I'm saying? I you know, joining a tournament, I'd had a battle in the first round versus somebody that had an angle that that turned everyone against me when just 2 weeks prior I was probably the hottest thing in battle rap at around like 2020. And completely flips your world upside down. You go from like being one of the most respected guys to being one of the most hated.
Wow.
It's hard to it's hard to figure out also, like, not being like a public figure, like not knowing what that's like, and having things like that happen to you. Like, it's really confusing and it could fuck with you. I've always had a history of depression and anxiety ever since I was like 12 years old. So for me, like, battle rap's like the last fucking place that I should be. You know what I'm saying? Like, battle rap for people that have mental, like, go through issues with depression and anxiety and stuff like that, or maybe feel self-conscious. Like, battle rap is probably like the worst thing that you could, you know what I'm saying, possibly do. But I feel like it toughens me up. But there's been times where, yeah, I mean, my depression has lost me battles, and then there's been times where battles put me in a certain type of depression. You know what I'm saying? And
Wow.
you
Wow.
know what I mean? And it's just like, you got to just swim through it, dude. You just have to swim through it.
Wow. But you said that there was battles that put you through depression. Like, this is the stuff nobody talks
Yeah.
about. This is the stuff nobody's gonna tell you, man.
Yeah,
You
it's not
getting
even
the-
like it's not even like results, man. Like, like for me, I've always labeled depression as like, it's not your ability, it's not your inability to be happy, but it is your ability to convince yourself you shouldn't be. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like me, of like fighting depression ever since I was a kid, like, I always just found a reason to. I'm a bad negative self-talker.
Wow.
I will say so many fucked up things to myself. You know what I mean? Like, if I do the smallest things, I'll call myself an idiot, fucking stupid. You know what I mean? I always like really bad negative self-talk. And yeah, there were times where like a battle would happen, and maybe it wouldn't be the result of losing the battle, because I'm never embarrassed by things. So even if I lose battles, like, I never care, too much about what others think of me. I
Yeah.
damn sure care about what I think of me.
Wow.
So there have been battles that kind of make me like ream myself and scold myself to the point where, yeah, there'll be just feeling like a pit of worthlessness. And it's not even like what happened that night that did it, or it wasn't the fact that I lost the battle. It was like what I told myself after, or, you know what I'm saying? That gets you in these weird holes. But I've always had to pull myself out of them. I had adult anxiety. I was diagnosed with adult anxiety when I was 12.
Wow.
I used to carry a paper bag on the bus because I couldn't breathe. Every morning we would go from like the bus. I used to have to be like, taken off the bus and put on a fucking wheelchair when I was a kid. It was just the worst shit. So I've always dealt with like, those type of fears and talking bad to yourself and shit like that. But yeah, it's rough at times. It's rough at times. But
But every day
good now.
you resolve to overcome them.
yeah,
You
I'm
know what I'm
older
saying?
now.
Yeah,
You know what
like,
I'm
and-
saying?
Yeah, but you know
Yeah,
what? It's good that you made it this far, because a lot of people out there, there's people out there that have struggled with that they fall by the wayside. Suicide.
They don't get to
you know what I mean?
they
Drug
don't yeah,
abuse.
they don't get to realize that like that it's a yeah, I mean, I'm 34 now. When I was 19, I don't do drugs. Like, I smoke, and I've always smoked. I never really drink because I'm just a
Mhm.
smoker. I've always been a smoker since I was a kid. When I was 19, I was doing coke, I was doing E, I was snorting oxys, I was swallowing Xanax, I was sniffing Percocets, I was drinking. I would self-medicate myself so much because I just did not understand what was going on. I didn't know that I had like depression like that. I didn't know why I would wake up and cry every morning. I would take a bite of a fucking bagel and cry onto my bagel and be like, what the fuck? Why am I crying? Why am I crying every day? Why am I doing this? Why am I, you know what I'm saying? So like 34 years old, I will always handle depression or anxiety or anything because it will never get to where it got at a time where I was just too young to understand that it
Mm.
gets better, and it's something that could be controlled and things like that. I almost killed myself cutting my wrists at 19. I was in a psych ward for 3 weeks around, you know what I'm saying, with nurses and people looking at me like I'm this insane person, looking in the mirror and literally not knowing who was looking back. I mean, quite literally, movie cliche all that bullshit, like for real, looking in the mirror at 19, being 135 pounds, you know, I was so used to not eating. I would train myself on how to freaking not eat. You know what I'm saying? Like just so much shit in life and yeah, man, it was wild. But at 34, it's like I understand what, like the second I start feeling certain, like I understand what it is. All right, this is coming. A lot of kids a lot of kids will never get that chance, and it's fucking sad. It's sad because I was that kid. You know what I'm saying? If that knife was sharper, might not be here right now. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, it's tough. It's tough for sure. But it will always be manageable for the rest of my life. And you know, as far as like depression, like real, like in the hole type shit, that's gone. That's gone. You know what I'm saying? That's been gone for a while. But when you're young, you don't know what the fuck is happening to you. You have no idea what's happening to you. It's sad that a lot of kids don't get to realize that.
Yeah, and I can honestly say that I've been there. You know what I'm saying? I didn't try to, you know, take my life in that way, but you know what? I got high enough, you know what I'm saying? I ran the streets enough. I put myself in situations in the streets to where, you know, it could have very
you think
easily,
about it
you know
now
what I'm
and you're
saying?
like, holy shit. Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm like, you know, and I never knew that it was depression. I never knew that it was trauma from things that I went through as a kid. You know, because we was always taught to survive. So, you know, we staked everything as who we were as a person on how we moved in the streets. But a lot of that was pain. That was pain that has never been processed, that put us in a repetitive state that led us down the road that many of us didn't have to go through. Because, you know, like we didn't have the mental faculty, like you said, to understand what was going on. So now that we're older now, but I'm saying like I say that now that we're older now and we understand, guys like me and you, we have a responsibility as men to reach back to the ones that are out there that are on the come up to be able to let them know, like, yo, this is what you're going to encounter. And if you're encountering this now, you know, this is the podcast that you want to listen to. This is the story you want to hear, because you're hearing the story of somebody that says, I no longer deal with that depression. I've been able to overcome that. Now I'm able to see it when it becomes afar off. You know what I'm saying? And it's the same thing. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like the same thing in the gaming world. You know, you on Call of Duty, you know, you sniping. That's how you got to see, you know, the adversity in your life, the depression, you know, the negative self-talk, the things that feed you doubt and fear and insecurity in your life. And you got to get them within your scope, and you got to snipe them things out. Translate your gaming mentality to your personal life and learn how to conquer your demons. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I've always said that, dude, the second you can identify the monster, man, you're always going to see him coming. You're always going to see him coming every single time, bro. There are literal, and this might sound crazy, there are literal times, man, where I'll start having anxiety and I will go in the bathroom and I will look right at myself and be like, come on. Yeah. Calm down. What are you doing? You know what this is. You know what this is. You know the most it'll do to you. It's not going to do nothing. You're good. Relax. You know what I'm saying? Like there are times where, because I just know now. I know exactly what it is. I know when it's coming. I know that it's here. Even if I didn't see it come first and it's here, I know when it's here. The second you can identify the monster, you separate it from yourself. And then you're not the monster. You don't think you're the monster.
Yeah.
Because that was when I was young. I was the piece of shit. I was worthless. I was not things in my life. It was me. It was me. And if anything was shitty around my life, it was because of me. I was that person. Now it's like I look at that as completely. That's not me. That's not me. That's some shit that spins the block every now and then. Tries to convince, hey, yo, it's me. It's you, bro. It's you. This is you, man. Yeah. Don't be too happy about that. You streaming here, man? Nobody gonna watch you. Oh shit, you rapping next week, right? Don't lose. I don't know. You're probably gonna lose. You're not that good. You know what I'm saying? Actually, everything you got is pretty trap, bro. I hear that all the time.
So do I.
Hear that all the time, but I could ID it now. That's not me. That's some random shit. Get the fuck out of here. Get out of here.
Yo, that's what 10 years in the game will get you, man. You know what I'm saying? Like
gray hairs too.
Yeah, you're tried and true. You're battle tested. You know what I'm saying? And you still standing. So you know what? Ain't nobody got to give you your flowers. You carry them every day.
Hell yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody got to give you the trophy. You wear it in your heart. You know what I'm saying? Because
It's funny that you said that because I just tweeted out a couple days ago a list of all of my best moments from last year.
Yeah, yeah.
Like
But you gotta
purposely
celebrate
giving
them, though.
myself my own flowers. Yeah, I was
Yeah,
like
you gotta
the
celebrate
top
them.
Mike P things of 2023, and I name my own shit because you know what? Yeah, sometimes people won't say it for you. I gotta.
Yep.
Sometimes I'll speak for myself.
And I'm telling you,
They'll,
man,
they'll
what
tell
goes-
you. They'll tell you that you're not supposed to speak about yourself. As I'm holding up my 2-year-old daughter's baby bubble bottle with
That's
the
what's up.
unicorn.
You a father.
Sitting
Shout
here,
out
I've
to
been
all the
sitting here
fathers.
like going like.
Shout
Yes,
out to all the fathers out
absolutely.
there. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Straight up.
Absolutely.
You
Another
know?
amazing thing in my life. Yeah. For sure.
Yeah, yeah. So you want to talk about that, being a father? How's that impacted your life and, in your career?
Yeah, I mean it's just amazing. I mean purpose fulfilled, you know what I'm saying, in life. I feel like I finally, have something to work for and live for and you know what I'm saying? Like just in a different, obviously have a family. But it's just incredible, dude. It's just it's like a weird, I don't know. It's like when people ask me to describe it, I'm just like, yo, the biggest thing that ever stands out for me is every morning waking up and I'm brushing my teeth. I wet the toothbrush and I put toothpaste on it and I start brushing my teeth, and then I have to take a little toothbrush and I have to put a little tiny little thing of toothpaste, and I get to turn around and I get to hand it to this little 3-foot gorgeous human
Yeah,
that
man.
looks exactly like me, and we're just sitting there staring in the mirror doing the same fucking thing. It's like it's so hard to explain that. Like I don't know if you get what I'm like trying to go at, but it's like it's
I
just
get it.
incredible. It's hard to explain being a father and caring for a little girl, and just I don't know. She's just incredible. She's beautiful. She's super smart. She looks like me. She looks like her mother. It's just awesome.
Yeah, shout out to your missus, man. You know what I'm saying? Pay
Yeah.
respect to his missus, and his daughter,
Absolutely.
Yeah, man. We
Absolutely.
thank you for loaning Mike to us tonight. You know what I'm saying? I know we cutting into
Yeah.
family time, and I'm big on that. So,
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
yeah. So like I could relate to a lot of what you were saying about the whole fatherhood thing. I'm a father of 2 girls. You know what I'm saying? And I got a son as well, 2 boys that from a marriage.
Yeah.
But that was one of the things that changed me. When I got locked up, right after my daughter was born, and being locked up and being on a dance floor, and a lot of dudes seeing their child for the first time, in months.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And seeing grown men cry, and me myself embracing my daughter and crying as I'm holding her, like that
Right.
changed me. You know what I'm saying? That made me
Yeah.
never really want to ever touch the streets again, even though my hand was forced and I found myself back there for a brief moment, because that's what happens sometimes. But
Yeah.
but to be able to overcome and to have something come into your life that means so much to you that it changes everything. You know what I'm
It's
saying? Like,
something that's just so hard to explain, but it's just beautiful.
yeah.
Yeah,
And then you
for
think about
sure.
what you went through. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, your mom's lived one spot, then you move with your dad. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So the whole family dynamic, and like me, I
Oh
never,
yeah.
I never wanted for my kids what I had for myself, what I had to go through and
Right,
experience.
right. And it's like sometimes like I don't like blame my parents for certain like ways that they raised me, but for sure like I look at my daughter and go like I'm not going to do it like that, or I'm not going to be like this, or I'm not going to, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, for sure. For sure.
Yeah, man. So and those are the
Right.
things that impact you as a man. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Because at the end of the day, there's Mike P. You know what I'm saying? The battle rapper, the Ryu will battle rap. You
Right,
know what I'm
right.
saying? You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, I love that. Yellow sweater Mike. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yellow hoodie, yes sir.
yellow hoodie Mike.
Yellow
You know
hoodie
what I'm
Mike.
saying? Like
Hell
you
yeah.
know. Then there's the guy that's in the gaming world. Then you got the father, the husband, and there's so many different layers, man. It's like
Right.
it's and this is what we want the people to see. The
Yeah.
real to who you really are as an individual, because as you continue to grow, like I say, man, it's only going to take your fan base to a whole nother level, because people are really going to be able to connect with you as a person. And there's not
Yeah.
a lot of artists out there that are willing to have these type of conversations and really open up and give you the real. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yep.
you know,
Yeah, for
I'm like,
sure.
you know, yeah, man, I'm like very grateful to have you on the show. And I think, you know,
Oh,
for myself, like this has been, you know, one of the best episodes that I've done, you know, per
that's
se,
good to
man. You know
hear.
what I mean? And it's like, you know, you're a phenomenal artist, man. You're doing your thing. You got a
I
bright future ahead of you, man. And, you know, I'm just excited to see what happens in your life, man. You know, so what comes next? What are you, you know, what's the ultimate goal with bringing together the best of both worlds and, you know, really moving into the streaming space and
Right.
partnering with Mike over at SIKPCs, you know what I'm saying? And
Hell yeah.
developing that relationship. Like, what are you hoping to get out of that?
Yeah, I mean, dude, Mike gave me a huge opportunity, and you know, it kind of lined up with my goals and what I wanted to do this year too. And we're just gonna smash it, man. I think, you know, as far as my career as a creator and a hip hop artist, and merging those two, you know, I'll always battle. I'll probably still have a few. Like I said, I'll be in Boston next week for a battle, but I think there's gonna be a little bit of a 180. You know, the gaming content is gonna ramp up. We've been so far for the last few days just uploading every day. We're gonna continue to upload every day. What's usually gonna be, you know, what once was, you know, a lot of battle rap content and battle rap bars and battle rap moments is gonna turn into songs and you know, albums, and we're gonna get back into music. And you know, I feel like music and gaming is gonna be a huge focus for this year. And I'm just excited, dude. I'm just excited. It feels good to be a, you know, kind of a baby in both worlds. As far as like being in them and trying to do something with it. I've always been a rapper. I've made music. You know, I've been a rapper for more than 20, well, pretty much 20 years now. But this would be the first time where I want to really do something in music. I've played games for 15 plus, you know, longer than that, but like played Call of Duty for 15 years. This is the first time in my life I want to do something with the
Mm,
Call of Duty. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? So we're gonna tackle that. And shout out to Sick PCs, man. I mean, Mike saw the vision, and you know, I see it too, man. It's gonna be a great time.
Yeah,
But yeah,
yeah.
I'm trying to break into gaming, dude. Break into
Wow.
gaming as
Wow.
many times. I got my debut Twitch stream tonight at 9. Um, you know, we're giving away my PS5 that I won a championship with just a couple months ago for Call of Duty. And you know, we're just gonna have a great time, dude.
Wow.
I'm just ready. I'm just ready.
Well, that's what's up, man. I'm excited for you, man. I'm excited for you.
Thank you,
You
man.
know, and
Thank
it's
you. I
like, yo,
appreciate you, dude.
it seems like you've been able to conquer every mountain that's been placed in front of you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
man. Even the
So,
ones that, you know, behind the scenes, you know what I'm saying? The
mm-hmm.
life ones that are even bigger and even more tough to deal with. And you know what I'm saying? Like, it's, you know, we're working on knocking them out one at a time.
Yeah, my man said he's getting too heavy for this branch. You know what I'm saying? He's got to,
Yeah, gotta
he's
swing
got,
to
he's
the
got to, he's
next.
got, he's got to move up to the next one.
Time
You
to
know what I'm
swing.
saying?
And listen, I'm literally getting too heavy. I need to yeah.
Yeah,
I need to start having some shakes in the morning, dude.
yeah. That's what happens when you've hit the good life. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, no doubt,
Exactly,
no
dude.
doubt. Well, listen, man, I know you got your, you know, you're getting ready to do your thing on your live stream tonight. You know, I want to
Yes,
thank you for
sir.
coming through. You know what I'm saying? Listen, you
Big
want to,
man.
you want to tell the people where they can find you?
Yeah, 100%. Twitch.tv/ I am Mike P. And Twitter is this Mike underscore P. Yeah, I got a lot of other socials, but they're all different. I got to start matching them all up. I got to start doing just the same name for all of them. I think we're going to do I am Mike P for
Yeah,
everything.
I can help you with that, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got guys that you know that can automate your whole thing. Like Mike knows who it is. Like that's one of
Yeah.
the things that you know what's good about it is that we can connect resources. Because I got my
Right,
guy
right, right.
Ivan and Chris over at Optimized Funnels. So what they do is they automate everything.
Nice.
Everything is automated. Everything's put together. It's put on a schedule. The machine does
Dope.
it. You know what I'm saying? So it gives you
Dope.
more time to be with your family and focus on creating rather than having to do all the uploading. All you're doing is
Sounds good to
uploading
me.
it once and then it goes to all of your different platforms. So I can give
Oh,
you his
really? That's
information.
that's crazy, dude. Every
Yeah,
time
man.
I've been uploading content daily, dude, I
Listen,
gotta literally. I open Instagram, I open Twitter, I open YouTube, I open TikTok. I click upload, then I click upload, then I click upload, then I click upload, then I select, then I select, then I select. I'm like, oh
yeah.
my god,
So listen,
fucking
so
lose
this is
my mind.
what
I
what
didn't
we
know
can
there
do.
was something like that. Yeah.
But yeah, this is what we could do for you. Like they can automate your social media where you can
Right,
have
right,
a
right.
bot that would respond to a lot of your comments and stuff like
right.
that, right? And then
Right.
pull people into your email funnel. Once you start collecting the emails, now you have direct access to your fan base to be able to market towards them. You know what I mean? And distribute whatever content that you want to get to them at a rapid pace.
That
And
sounds dope.
most of the
I'll
content could
definitely
be
do that.
developed in the system, and then you just send it out once as a blast. And then you can
Oh,
even
definitely.
automate it. You can even automate it with a timely schedule where you could do things like, hey, what's up? Yo, this is Mike P. Just want to holler at you, check in with you, give you an update, what's going on with the movement. So this gives you a greater sense of having that access to your fan base.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? To where
That's
you're
fire.
putting that, So yeah, man, that's why I say we got the resources, man. You know what I'm saying?
Man, we're
So
gonna talk more for
you know
sure.
what I'm saying? You know, welcome to the family. Mike rocking with me. He's
Thank you for
sponsoring me.
having
He
me,
put
dude.
me on. Mike rocking with my man Mike P. You know, yo, SIKPCs is really building something, man. I think you guys might need to pay attention. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo,
they will. They'll have no choice.
I think once this podcast gets out, like, you know what I'm saying? The game gonna be on notice. Like, there's something happening. There's something brewing over here. You might want to holler at us.
Yeah. And Vega, dude, I just want to say I appreciate nobody's ever interviewed me like this before. I usually talk battle rap. Sometimes I'll dive into life if I want to, but this is actually very dope, man. One of my favorite.
Yeah, you know what it was? I watched all the interviews and I'm like, damn.
Being Mike Pulice sometimes.
Yeah, man, you know, and I think that's the person that people really want to know, you know what I'm saying? Because they know Mike P. They see him on the stage.
Not saying I fake the funk like in any other interviews, but I like getting into Mike Pulice more than speaking on Mike P. Mike P talks too much already. And
I'm gonna tell you, man, your favorite rapper's the same way. There's a different person behind the lyrics. You know 100%. What I'm saying? And at the end of the day, most of the people that you envious of and the people that you see as stars, like behind the scenes, they're regular people. That's why, you know, when they get on stage, they got stage names. You know what I'm saying? There's a difference between George Vega and J Vega 360. You know what I'm saying? I remember one time I was talking to my daughter. I had my glasses on. I'm FaceTiming and she was like, "Oh, that's not my dad. That's J Vega 360." Yo, that hit me like a ton of bricks because for the first time, I'm like, yo, like it's really a thing. Like sometimes you got to switch up. You know what I'm saying? Because once the lights and the cameras is on, you know, in a sense, we're entertainers in a sense. So you're not going to watch me if I'm boring.
To tweak who you are. Yeah,
you're not going to watch me if I'm boring. I'm gonna have to dial up a little bit. This dude dials up a whole lot. Like, yo, if you see him on stage,
dial, bro.
He turns up a whole lot, man. He breaks the dial, you know.
Dial, bro.
But I love it though, man. I love it. You know what I'm saying? I love it, bro. Man. And I love everything that you're doing, man. I wish you all the best, you know, continued success. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, and if you don't know, this is me, man. You know, I do this, you know what I'm saying? Everybody know I do this. You know, if you don't know Jesus Christ as your Lord and Savior, you know what I'm saying? Like, I pray that he reveals himself to you, man, and really allows you to tap in to everything that it is that God has for you. You know what I'm saying?
My fiance is gonna love you.
May that blessing go from you into your family. You know what I'm saying? Because like with rap, you understand the power of words. Bible says the power of life and death is found in our tongue. You know what I'm saying? So I wanna speak life into you, into your family and your family situation. You know what I'm saying? And I pray that God cover you with his blood and shield you from the attacks of the enemy, attacks against your family. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I pray that God covers you, protects you, gives you guys peace, and cause you to be prosperous in everything, man. You know what I'm saying? And if you don't know him, he says no man comes lest the Father first draw him. So, you know, God, that's on you. That's between you and him. But I just, you know, want to do my job and extend that blessing to you in love, my guy.
Thank you, dude. Vega, man. Great. Awesome sit down.
No
I really
doubt,
appreciate
no doubt,
it, brother.
man.
We'll talk more outside of this.
Yeah, no doubt, man. Do your thing, man. We rooting for you. Let's go.
I'm rooting for you, man. Let's fucking go, bro.
Yo, get on all his socials. You know what I'm saying? Get on that YouTube. Get on the Twitch, man. Yo, let's take Mike P to the top. He's halfway there. Let's get him to where he's trying to go. 52 Tuesdays. We out.
We talking greatness. Let's get it.